Welcome back to Cask 529, everyone. I'm Brian.
And I'm Shauna.
And we're back with day 5 of the Whiskey Advent Calendar.
529 Whiskey Christmas Advent, counting down to Christmas, one whiskey at a time. Have yourself a merry little whiskey and a very merry Christmas.
All right, Shauna, back again, day 5.
Yep, December 5th, everyone.
Whew.
Here we go. Good thing it's Thirsty Thursday.
Going to the box. It's like going to the bullpen. That one looks light, I think.
Yep, a little bit light color. You really got these on good twisting.
I didn't pour these.
Nope, you didn't. I did. You're right.
So,
I really got these on good.
Careful who you're blaming. Now, when we get to day 13, you can blame me for a week.
Okay. Ooh. Ooh. A little bit of spice on the nose on that
Really?
one.
I was careful because you said I started that. I started way out here. I was like, now you must have got a lot of spice. I'm getting a hint of spice. I'm not getting a lot though.
You know, I'm not getting it as much now, but when I first brought
That was
it
like
up,
trapped
it's
in the
like-
glass
yeah,
and it hit you.
it did. However, now I'm getting like a tobacco note, almost a little bit of a cocoa note, some vanilla. I really like that tobacco note. Some oak is shining through. This one has a really nice nose.
Yeah, it's.
It's opening up beautifully. Cheers.
I don't know if we did that yesterday. We're
Nice.
heading back. We're heading back
Nice.
into our direction now. Really creamy. As soon as it hit my palate, the first thing I noticed was how creamy it was.
This one has a nice little tobacco followed through like a dry, then it goes a dry note, then it goes right into like a leather note. It's just so yummy.
I think, guys, early on, and if you've watched the show for any length of time, maybe you remember this, but Shauna made me actually chew on a piece of leather
That's been a
because
long time ago.
I never was able to. I think I'm finally starting to be, when she says leather, I think I'm finally starting to be able to recognize that.
On that one, it opens up with a little bit of a fruit note. I'm going to go with like a crisp apple, but it might almost be a pear note. Then it rolls into like that tobacco note that I was getting. Some clove, definitely some clove throughout. It finishes, it has that like dry note right there in the middle that goes into like that leather note, but then it finishes sweet with nice caramel and vanilla. The creaminess is all the way through. Almost wraps up with a slight, not like I've gotten before, but a slight bubblegum note. This one's very flavorful. I don't know if it's proofy because I'm not getting a big hug on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's rye.
Maybe around 100 proof, I'm guessing. However, it's so creamy. It's so flavorful. This one's really good.
And I know that we said several days ago, among just you and I off camera talking, that we aren't going to try to guess what they are. But when you're saying, I don't know if it's that proofy, I agree with that. And that's what I mean. Maybe it's a rye. Maybe it's given us that sensation of proofy from being a rye.
Yeah.
I
mean,
get a lot of cinnamon is what I get. I get that brown sugar in there, but mixed with that cinnamon, so it's not an over-the-top sweet. It just is a hint. The cinnamon is really strong. Char, a lot of char. Oak. It really is like sitting right out by the fire pit. Kind of, I almost get the taste in my mouth right off the.
You know, the fragrance on day one was so far, this is day 5, my favorite, and it scored a 78. I am going to have to score this one, even though I really like that fragrance and I like the bite and the proofy point on it. This one doesn't have the proof and stuff on it, but the flavors are so delicious. It's so flavorful that I'm moving this one to an 80. I really like it.
And I wasn't going to go that far. I am going up. I'm going to go up to an 81. It's not as proofy, I don't think, as the Frey Ranch. But without being as proofy, it's giving me those other aspects that I like.
So you're going to an 81.
Wasn't my Frey Ranch at 80?
It was an 80. So you're going higher than me.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you said you weren't going to go that far.
Not as many
Okay.
points as you jumped.
Oh, as many points as I jumped. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I was just like, wait a minute, I only scored an 80. You scored an 81.
You got to catch up,
I
guys.
do. I had to catch up because I wasn't understanding. Very good. I'm excited to see what this one is.
You act like it's Thursday and you've had a long week. That is a really good one. That's one that I wouldn't mind having a pour or two of.
So it is the 1792 Bottled and Bond Kentucky Straight Bourbon at 100 proof.
Nice.
Delicious.
Yes, and we are big. I don't think we'd ever had that.
We do have it. Richie had got us one, but we were able to pick up this one for
Okay.
this.
Okay, that's
However,
great.
we've only had like 1 or 2 tastes out of it. So we've
Yeah,
not had
that's-
it that often. However, I
Yeah.
can tell you that this is really good. We'll probably be having a lot more out of that.
That is good.
It's so good.
That is good. I don't know. It's got all those aspects that I like out of my pour without being a ridiculous proof.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I think this is our 3rd 100 proof for the Advent so far, and all of them have been good. I know our sweet spot's like the 115 mark, but I definitely am not. I have not been disappointed with these 100 proofers. They've been great, and obviously it scored higher than the Frey Ranch for me at an 80. So 1792 has it going on.
Yeah, that's a really good pour. And,
Yep.
and we, like I said, 1792 is a bottle we really like. We just have not experienced that a lot. So I think that's why it was a pleasant surprise.
It's not because we try to tend to go to the small batch because we can get that every day.
Yep.
And so if we have a special bottle of a 1792 that's not the small batch, we tend to hardly drink it just because
Yeah, and it's
we want
not.
to savor
And we
it.
have a lot of bottles that are not necessarily hard to get everywhere, but they're hard to get here.
Yep.
And we're really good about savoring those.
Yes.
We really are. So
So very delicious.
absolutely, that
Loved
is.
it.
So if you guys would hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you have not already done so. We'd appreciate that. Drop us a comment. Let us know what you think of 1792. Let us know what you think of the Christmas Advent if you're participating. Even if you're not participating, is this a cool idea? You guys enjoyed it? And I think all I have left to say is have yourselves a merry little whiskey.
And a very merry Christmas season.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
529 Whiskey Christmas Advent, counting down to Christmas, one whiskey at a time. Have yourself a merry little whiskey.